Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you the first things to do after setup on your Redmi Note 15 5G. So first, what we want to do is we want to connect to the Wi-Fi. So let's go over to the settings. Now in those settings, we want to go over to Wi-Fi and now wait for available networks to show up. Here we can choose our network, so I'll choose this one, and here all we have to do is enter the password, so I'll see you guys once I enter mine. Now all we have to do is click on connect, and now as you guys can see we are connected to the Wi-Fi. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to check for software updates, because we want to run the freshest software on our new phone. So go to about phone, now click on the HyperOS right here, and it will check automatically for new updates. I have no new updates available, but if you do, then I recommend you guys updating it, because it's very important to keep up with the latest version. Now, after checking it out, what we can do is add a Google account and then update the apps via the Play Store. So we're gonna open up the Play Store and add an account here. Let's go over and click sign in. Here it will check the info, and after that we will need to enter our email and then our password. So let's sign in, let's enter our email. And after entering our email, let's click next and enter the password. So I'll see you guys in a second once I enter the password. Now after entering the password, you'll see this, so who'll be using this device exactly. So if you set it up for yourself, then you'll select the first option, and if you select the second option, then you will choose the phone to be used by a child. So the steps here may differ. I will do the first one, and now we just click next. You then agree to the terms of service, and then you need to wait a couple of seconds until everything loads up. So now you will choose to back up the device data, make sure that you enable it, so you save everything to your Google Drive. Then you will see this screen right here, and then you will choose how you want to verify your purchases. So I'll use the password for this one, and here all you have to do is enter your password. So I'll see you guys in a second. After that, the settings will be saved, and what we want to do next is update our apps. So now, since our Google account is added, we want to go here and we want to go over to my apps and games. Here we click see details on updates available, and you see that we got 46 available updates. So we can click update all right now, and they will all update in the background. So we can leave the Play Store now, and what we want to do next is set up screen locks. So go over into the settings, and now what we want to do is we want to scroll a bit down until we see fingerprints, face data, and screen lock. Here we want to set up the screen lock first, and here we have the pattern, pin, or password. So you guys can draw either a pattern, enter the pin, or enter the password. You can combine the letters and numbers for this one, but here you only get the numbers. Now let's click got it. So basically what it tells us is when you forget your password, then you'll have to erase all data to use the phone. So let's enter the password. I'll choose 123456. Make sure to not choose the same password as me. This is a very unsafe password and everybody can guess it. You need to create your own password. It doesn't have to be 6 digits. Even though it's recommended, you can put more or less. Let's click OK. And here we want to add our fingerprint too. So let's go over and click got it. Now here we have the fingerprint scanner. So now we want to press and lift after the vibration. So we want to make sure that the entire picture here is covered. You'll see it adding up. So as you guys can see, you need to scan your finger, and as you guys can see, it's done. So let's click done, and let's check if it works. So let's go here and use our finger. It works perfectly. We can also use our fingerprints for privacy passwords, app locks, and now what we want to do is we want to set up face unlock. So here we need to enter our PIN, as you guys can see, clicking next, and now here we click start, and we need to make sure that our face is visible. So I'll quickly do that off camera and I'll get back to you. The process takes around 10 to 15 seconds. So as you guys can see, my face data has been added successfully. Let's click done here, and we can also use it to unlock our phone. So as you guys can see, whenever I do something like that, then this face icon will turn into a check mark, and this way we will be able to unlock our phone. So that's pretty cool. So as you guys can see, you can also unblock with Bluetooth device, but it's only for the Xiaomi devices, so you cannot use it with anything else. Now after that, what you guys can do is set up your Google Wallet. So we're gonna go to the Play Store. Now here we want to go over to search and make sure that Google Wallet is installed. So it's right here, Google Wallet. Now if it's not installed, then you just click install. It should download in around 10 seconds. And now we just wait. Now after it's installed, just click open, and here what we're gonna do is choose an account. So we only have one account, so it will log in automatically. Now let's click view wallet right here, and what we want to do next is allow it to send us notifications. Here, as you guys can see, we have the loyalty programs, we have the clubs, we have everything, and these vary by region. So if you do not have it, then don't worry. If you do not have the same ones as me, it's because of your region. So some of these may not be supported, and I probably don't have something that you do. Now what we want to do first is set up our card. So let's click a plus button right here. Now here we can also set up the transit passes, loyalty cards, gift cards, or even scan something from a photo. Now we're gonna go over and add a payment card. Here we can add a new credit or debit card, or the cards that are already saved in a wallet. So for example, this card, let's click here and wait for it to load. Here we can enter the number, or we can scan the card, so we can scan both of the sides. And now here we can enter the number, we can enter the expiration date, the CVC code, and of course our address. So after you do that, you just click on save and continue. I do not have my card with me, so I am not able to do that, but here you guys can add it, and after you add it, then you'll be able to pay with your phone. So now after you add it, you should see your card up here where it says set up your MasterCard. For me, you will see your card and how you spend your money. After that, what you guys want to do is optimize your battery. So head over to the settings and select battery. After you select the battery, you're welcomed with a lot of options, and here also you got the battery usage. So I do not have that much usage right here, as you guys can see, guys, because we just set up this phone. Now after that, what you guys want to do is change your modes depending on your use. So you can use ultra battery saver. You will have an access to, I'm thinking, 6 apps, and basically it will save your battery a lot because a lot of apps will be turned off. The battery saver is a normal one, 3 hours difference, not much, but if you are outside and you do not have your charger with you, then of course 3 hours is a lot. Now the battery checkup, here you guys can close apps that drain battery, or just simply turn on dark modes. As you guys can see, this consumes less power. We can switch it on, and here we can add 38 minutes to our battery. Now we can leave, and here we also have charging options. Here we have the wired charging. Now you can set the standard one, so your battery will charge normally, or you can select the speed up option, so your battery will charge faster, but of course it comes with your phone heating up a lot more. So it's your choice. I prefer personally use the speed up as it is my option that I just like, that I can simply charge my battery faster, so it's easier for me. Now for battery protection, let's click got it. Here, as you guys can see, you need to fully charge and discharge your device 3 to 5 times to improve the accuracy. So it's not accurate right now. Here we have the battery health, so it's of course at 100% because it's a new phone, 1 cycle, and the first use in December 2025, so everything checks out. Now for charging protection, we can charge it fully. This is the worst option. I do not recommend using that. Battery protection is cool, and it basically extends your battery life a bit, because whenever it reaches 80%, then it will charge only when it's scheduled. And smart charging, basically it will also expand your battery lifespan, and it will learn from your habits, so how you use your device, how you charge it, when you stop charging it. And as you guys can see, when battery level reaches 80% in applicable situations. So it charges up to 180% and 100% in some situations. Now it's totally up to you what you choose here. I recommend using either smart charging, this is the one I'm using, and or battery protection. So next we have some additional features, as you guys can see, like cold endurance mode, so it will limit the device's performance to try and extend your battery life. Now here we have the cleared cache when the device is locked. You guys can do that in like 30 minutes, 10 minutes. I use it in 30 minutes. And here you can also schedule power on and power off. So if you want your phone to turn off so you don't waste battery, you can set the time to, let's say, let it be like 12 a.m. and scheduled power it on whenever you wake up, so at like 6 a.m. And now for 6 hours your phone will be turned off and it will save a lot of battery. So this is how you guys can set it up. It's totally up to you. And here you have all the options. Now that would be it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.